Hey, before we start the episode, I just wanted to jump in and mention the fact that we were all three of us were in the same room for this one around one mic. So there's a little bit of a drop in audio quality from what we're used to as of late, what we've been able to do. And for that, I apologize. It will still be a super fun episode that you will enjoy greatly. It's one of my favorite we've ever done. And it was really nice to get to record in the same room with them again. So yeah, hope you enjoy.
So this is called Apathy, and it's about, I was talking to a girl, and somehow it got about to we were talking about, what are you passionate about? And I slowly realized I am passionate about nothing. And this was kind of unfortunate, and she asked, aren't you passionate about, like, the world, like the environment? You live there, and it sort of devolved into, like, I can't change anything in the world. Like, I just can't, I don't have my life together enough to care about anything. I, don't have the social skills. I don't have the executive function. Like, my room, I live in my room, too. My room is a fucking mess. Like, let's fix that first before we go for the world. Like, I can control that. I can, manipulate that. Except for my roommate's side, because I spilled an entire jug of protein powder on his desk, and I'm forbidden from touching it. Which is unfortunate, because his side of the room is the one that needs cleaning. It kind of looks like a grenade went off in a Gucci store. Which is not, fantastic. Like, if I had to do an MTV Crib spotlight in my room right now, currently it'd be like, welcome to my place. It's a little cluttered. I've got my bed. It's all cool, made up. On the other side of the room, here's a colony of rats currently living in a pair of designer jeans. Over here, on my side, you got fairy lights, which I use for when I want the room to be lit, but not, too lit, but, kind of still visible. So, mood lighting, but not too much mood. Back to my roommate. Here is his hairdryer, plugged in and currently hanging from the clock wall outlet. Back to my side is a handmade snowshoe that helps add woodsy but not too distinctly hipster an air. This is the blank wall that my roommate refuses to decorate. I asked him if he wanted to decorate his side of the room, the way a teacher asks you if you want to do a problem on the board. And the only people who say no are the people who have a death wish. And he said, no, it's fine, because when I wake up, I can just look over at your side of the room and I see your posters. And then I gave him $20 to go to the poster sale and get some posters, and he came back with 3 Italian subs. So I'm kind of done with college, as it stands.
I'd like to point out the whole concept, this is less funny, but the concept that you should, make your bed and fix your room before you fix the world is, that's an established thing. I was watching this motivational
Is it
video.
Jordan Peterson?
Yeah, but
yes.
It's not just him, but there was this retired general or something who was giving a motivational speech in college. First off, make your bed. I'm sure you can find it on the YouTubes or something. But I'm inspired to instead of making your bed,
just lie in it.
Yeah, no,
Just
exactly.
lie in it.
Basically, all these things are you got to work on the small things before you do the big things. My philosophy is no, you got to make the small things not matter. So get a fitted sheet. That's my solution to world problems.
What do you mean get a fitted sheet?
I think Jared is suggesting that we don't have to clean up the environment if we just put a big sheet over it so no one can see.
Wait, no, a fitted sheet. It's it's a sheet that
wraps
around the bed.
Yeah,
and then a duvet.
It's just what? So why would?
He's suggesting we take all the
need to
trash, shove it into one corner of the world, and put a blanket over it.
If you have a fitted sheet,
you don't need to make the bed every day.
I have it. Yeah, you do. If you have a fitted sheet,
Jared, what are you
talking about?
No, you just have to put the duvet back on the bed.
You have a fitted sheet. You have a regular sheet.
No,
that actually you don't.
You have a fitted sheet and a duvet.
You have a fitted sheet and a duvet cover.
You have a fitted sheet which goes around the bed.
Yes.
You lie on top of it. It goes over the mattress pad.
Yes.
Then on top of that is a regular sheet.
No.
A blanket.
We are men.
And then a duvet.
No, it's just the duvet, then a knitted blanket on
duvet.
top.
No, it's not just. You have another sheet.
No, I don't. You don't know
Do you
what
have a
my room
lacy
looks like.
doily on your trash can? Maybe on and under your trash can that makes it all pretty?
My bed has 3 discrete layers. There is the sheet. over the fitted. What did you grow up like animals? What is wrong
There is
with
the
you?
melted
No.
cheese.
There is the
There is the
fitted- no,
marinara
no.
sauce.
There is 3 layers, but different layers. There is the fitted sheet, which you lie on top of. That covers the mattress and
Yes.
the mattress.
Yes.
Then there is the duvet.
No.
Yeah.
There's a seat and a blanket between those two things.
Let
in
me
the duvet.
finish. There is the fitted sheet. There is the duvet, and then there is a hand-knitted blanket on top of the duvet. That is, and you don't
That's
have to.
the throw blanket. That's a duvet
Yes.
cover.
No.
No,
That's
it's
a duvet
not.
cover.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
A duvet cover is part of the duvet.
Yes.
No.
Blithering moron.
What the fuck is a duvet?
It's the thing inside a duvet cover.
What is a duvet cover?
It's the thing that covers the duvet.
Fuck you. Okay, hold on. Is a duvet like a comforter?
Yes.
What the fuck comforters do you have that have covers that you could take the cover?
No, they have like
It's
little.
so you can wash the cover of the comforter without having to wash
God,
the
I wish
entire
that were
comforter.
me.
I have this in my room right now. We can
And
go
this
look.
is why you can't save the trees, Aiden.
I have to wash the whole fucking comforter.
Oh, that's
Yeah, well,
that's
I
terrible.
have that too, but that's in like my dorm, like in my actual house where I live. I just like
I've never had a comforter with a unzip.
unzip.
wow.
I
What a
think
sad life you lead. Also, you need another sheet.
no, we don't.
No, okay, I did try the other sheet thing for the first time in my entire life when I started going to college, and it was completely unnecessary and always in the way.
And always like a pain in the ass to make your bed with.
Yes, this is true. So when I make my bed probably twice a week, because I just don't have time to worry about it more often than that.
I think there's
It's like
but-
30 seconds.
No,
it's
but-
like so. It's so fast.
But
to
Bradley,
just make
the
your
joy
bed.
of just walking into a room, picking up a blanket, and literally not looking, but just throwing it onto the bed and calling it made.
Okay,
like
well,
that is some bliss right there.
I can't do that. I actually have a problem where I do put stuff on my bed. I do take great care in arranging stuff on my bed, except it's not stuff that goes on the bed. Because, you know, you don't have a table in college except for, like, your desk. And my desk is constantly covered in recording equipment. So what I have in my room is just, usually by the end of the day, I got a Tide pen on my bed, backpack, multiple different jackets that I've switched between throughout the day. It's mostly jackets. What is Jared looking for?
Jared, you said jacket, and Jared went and touched
No,
both of his
no,
shoulders
what I
at
was
the same
worried-
time, and he's like, "Where's my jacket?"
No,
and he made eye contact with me. And I just pointed up because it's upstairs.
My worry was, did I hang it or throw it on the floor like a fucking animal? Because like
you threw your jacket on my floor.
I was so worried because like I do that at home, but I should not do that in other people's homes.
I'm sure you did not throw your jacket on the floor. I'm almost positive it's around one of the items.
Okay, yeah.
No,
That's
it
what I'm hoping.
definitely is. So, but yeah, I make my bed like twice a week, and I just sort of throw shit on it. But at this point, like by the time I get to nighttime, bedtime at like 1 or 2 a.m., I have
1
to.
or 2.
Well,
That's
it's
so early.
well, I have to get up for
You
really
are
early
both
classes.
Animals.
Anyway, I have so much shit on my bed, and by the time I get back to my room, I'm usually about to collapse. So, I mean, that's its own issue. But I get in there, and it's like dark, and I can't turn on the light because I don't want to wake up my roommate. Although he's usually awake, so it's not an issue. But I still can't turn on my light because I don't want to disturb him because he's usually watching stuff, and I'm like really, really concerned about bothering people.
You see,
So I have to like unpile. I have to sort of dismantle my bed pile before I can get into bed. And it's like when I get up, then I have to sort of jump over the pile of shit that I've sloughed onto the floor.
You're both horrible.
No, hold up. I was like,
I
no,
would
no,
never. No, this is bad. I was just complaining about my roommate being messy. Our room is kind of trash.
My room,
my
side of
room
the
is an
not the
actual
messy
room.
side of my room. It's only a mess during the day, and then I clean it up the next day,
My roommate hasn't cleaned his sheets
and then it
yet,
becomes a mess
so-
again.
No.
But my roommate is consistently has a messy side of the room.
Yeah, no, same here. Like, if not for me, we would never have had trash taken out. He would never, like, he's washing his sheets now after keeping in mind I've been sexiled. I was once sexiled for a week, so, like, the sheets should have been washed, like, 7 times by now. Also, like, I feel like the better you know someone, the less you care about bothering them when you're, like, living with them. Because, like, first off, me and my roommate were both, like, super careful not to wake each other up because, like, first impressions, whatever. By now, there was a moment one time I was asleep, and he just swung the door open, turned on the lights with his girlfriend's like, yeah, Jared, we kind of need the room right now. That was about 3 a.m. once. And, like, I've also had a moment where I walked in and, like, I need to practice my speech, and I don't really check if he's in there, and just sort of swung the door open at about 3 p.m. and turned on the lights and started giving the speech. And then he wakes up, he's like, oh, shit, Jared, no, what? Here's the scene, like, it's about 3 p.m., I'm just back from class. I have to give this speech for an audition, like, later today. So I just swing in and I'm feeling like I gotta be confident when I'm memorizing speech. Gotta be confident. Right?
Confident.
So, like, the better we know each other, it's almost as if we're becoming worse roommates because we're more friendly with each other. So I unlock the door and I swing the door open and it swings out. Then I
swing.
And then I flip on the lights and I start on a whole host of issues. America stands as a moral leader, and we have bunk beds. So, like, I'm the bottom one, he's the top. And
So you're the bottom and he's the top in your relationship.
So, I'm gonna ignore that. He's lying on the top and he nearly hits his head in the ceiling. It's like, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ has become my go-to swear in college. I don't know why.
I've started saying God bless you, sort of like as a thank you.
God fucking bless you.
No,
fucking God bless
it's like a
this shit.
thank you for things. Like somebody, like I was like trying to move someone out of the way at a party, and I was like, "Can you? Yeah, God bless you." And I was like scooch them aside.
So passive aggressive.
It's very southern kind of, because it's almost like bless your heart when you're. That's kind of the southern equivalent of.
Yeah, but you don't go to a school in the South.
I go to a school in sort of an amalgamation continent. I go to a school in Ohio, which is half Midwest, half South, half East Coast.
Half nothing.
You're like half nothing, but it's like in the middle. It's in the middle of all of it. Like, I wouldn't say it's Midwest because
it's Ohio though.
Yeah, but Ohio is very sort of. There's very southern roots.
What?
Beneath it.
Oh.
You know what's beneath Ohio?
The South.
The South. You know what's to the east of Ohio?
The East.
You know what's to the west of Ohio?
Wait, let me try. Jared, no.
The
Jared.
east
is to the west of
the
Ohio.
West of Ohio?
Yes.
Jared, I'm going to let you evaluate that one again in your little head. And
Wait. Can I try? I want to try it.
Aiden wants to try.
Okay, Aiden, what's to the west of Ohio?
Now, I think this is a trick question. Is it north?
No.
Can I try again?
Hesitation.
Can I try again?
I'm going to actually just tell you. It's the Midwest is to the west of Ohio.
No, Ohio's in the Midwest.
Yeah, but it's in the Midwest like the same way that like San Diego is in Mexico. Like it's not that.
That's not an analogy that works.
It's really close. It's like on the border, but it's not really.
Ohio is very much part of the Midwest.
It's very much, as a person from the Midwest, I am allowed to say
we're all from the Midwest.
You're from Greenwich, Connecticut. Shut the fuck up.
I was raised
You're
here.
from Missouri. That's not even a state.
Okay, now, Bradley.
Okay.
I am born in Chicago. I get to call the shots.
Let me start
That's the Midwest.
No,
I'm from South Dakota, which is also part of the Midwest.
No, it's
That's
fucking
not.
not.
A state.
That's true.
That's
South
like
Dakota
Delaware, Missouri, the Dakota's not real.
Jared, what is South Dakota part of if not the Midwest?
It's part of the Great Plains.
What is that? I've literally never heard of that before.
Like, it's alright, so you got like Midwestern states are. Like we're gonna run this shit down. We got Illinois, Iowa, Indiana, Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio. And that's like, you can add
you forgot anti-Ohio, which makes Ohio part of this sort of the
Anti-Ohio?
Anti-Ohio? Continue. I'll just ignore your glaring error.
So this is like basic Midwest. You can plus or minus a couple states, right? And like, the South is the 11 states that seceded. So like, that's the South, okay? And like,
okay.
that's like simple.
What is Kentucky?
Kentucky is basically what you described. Kentucky is what you described Ohio as. Kentucky is what you think Ohio is. A mix of Midwest and South. And like a little bit of everything else.
Yeah, but nobody would be like Ohio, like Kentucky's the East Coast.
No, but no one would be like...
People are like, Ohio is the East Coast.
How the fuck is Ohio on the East Coast?
Okay, say for instance, you thought, like, say you were a high schooler and you were like, oh, I have to go to college in Ohio. That's like a whole different... It's East Coast time zone. It's a whole different time zone. And you were like, oh, that's the East Coast.
By that logic...
Say you were a high schooler and you thought that, and then you went to college in Ohio, and then you went, oh, somebody said it was the Midwest. That's fucking bullshit. It's this amalgam state. It's like the middle of all these things. So it's all three. Because it's East Coast time zone.
In order to be on the East Coast, your state must have a coast which is on the eastern...
Yeah? How about New England?
Yeah, they're East Coast.
They are?
Most of them.
Yeah. Okay. Well, not all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but New England is East Coast. And they're not all coastal, so you can actually just fucking...
All right, I'm going to settle this right now. Is Ohio on the left or the right half of America if we draw a line... Sorry, the United States. I don't want to be presumptuous about who owns the Americas. We're going to put a line directly down the middle of the United States.
East.
Is it on the east or west side of that line?
East.
Then it's East Coast.
Yeah, baby!
Wait, whoa. Hold up.
Where's Texas?
Hold up.
Texas?
Wait.
Does it split the difference?
I don't know.
No, Texas
The middle of
Texas
America,
is on the west.
The middle of
on that
America is in Lebanon.
What?
No.
What?
I didn't finish my sentence. It's in Lebanon, Kansas,
Hold up.
which is in the middle and the north of Kansas. So
I'm pulling up Google Maps, Lebanon, Kansas. I'm getting on all kinds of watch lists
If
for
it
this shit.
splits the difference on each side, then the specific
Midwest.
it's town by town.
it's Midwest.
That's Midwest.
Yeah, if the state is divided in half, it's Midwest.
Therefore,
Okay.
Kansas is the only
Did you know
Midwest.
you can connect between LA and New York using non-rectangular counties, and if you do it, it makes a really kind of fun
Wait, hold
long
up.
line, which we can make a state and call Big Fucker, and it's just and there's tolls as you enter and exit it.
This actually, hold up. I don't want to. I'm looking at this map of like Lebanon, Kansas, and then it splits the difference. Texas is split down the middle, but it also actually splits really well between what is considered East Texas and West Texas.
Exactly, the Midwest.
It's just that line that's the Midwest. though.
Yeah.
It's literally just that one point.
I'm
All
from the
way-
Midwest. Oh, are you from Lebanon?
That's the only one.
I'm like a Lebanese guy is like, why, yes, I am. How did you know? Anyway, but I also get like picking up random shit from your school. Whenever I say thank you, I can hear the you slowly slurring down. Like, thank you.
Bless.
Thank you. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not, I don't have a.
you.
Yeah,
Am I
it's
from
weird.
California?
No, it's like a weird slur. I can't do it unless I do it like instinctually, but like it's this weird slurry.
I want to hear
shit.
your favorite slurs, Jared.
Oh, well, have I got? I'm going to the school in the south.
You're
Have I got?
such a. You're such a.
You're such a splithering
You're such a. Kite?
kite. Oh my
You
god!
fucking, I can blow you around in the breeze, little man.
Jared, didn't you?
You're so close. It's so far.
Jared, didn't you say Gabe could say that?
Yeah, Gabe is like half Jewish. He can totally say. It. Bradley, the slur.
We're
you
half
were-
Jewish.
The slur you were looking for was my friend.
Oh
Not.
yeah, my dad once got mad at me because I said that in a German airport while talking to you.
Hold on, let's clarify. Jared,
Oh yeah.
why is it okay for you to say that? Jared, disclaimer.
Fun fact, and this is entirely true. My nickname in college is Jewish Jared. Because we did the adjective icebreaker thing, and I went for Jewish because I am one.
I am one Jewish.
And literally around campus, when I said I'm Jared, a couple people were like, "Oh wait, are you Jewish, Jared?" And I'm like, "Yes, that one's me."
Is there like a Christian Jared? Have you been on ChristianJared.com? You get to meet all the different Christian Jareds that are looking to date each other and get some fuck.
Wait. A Christian dating site which is only for homosexual Jareds.
They're all Episcopalian.
What is now? Aren't those the people who can only eat fish?
No, it's that they
Oh,
can't
that's
eat
a
fish.
pescatarian.
No, it's that they can't eat
The
fish.
Episcopalians can't eat fish. Why is this so hard?
They just eat the fish through the sheets, Jared. It's
They just
fine.
eat the fish through the sheet.
Oh, I'm imagining like there's a giant sheet in the restaurant and there's like a very small hole, like size of a quarter, and they're trying to shove a full fucking salmon through the
I've
hole.
described this already. Episcopalians are Catholic light. Homosexuality is okay, and we use a lot less incense.
Oh, incense. I heard something else for a sec.
We also have less incest.
There we go.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
I mean, like,
I am prejudiced.
I'm prejudiced. I'm Jared. But if I was like buying a religion in the store, right? And, like, they all got their own little labels, right? So, like, Judaism has "Don't buy me" because, like, no conversion, and like,
Buy me? It's like it sounds like an evil Alice in Wonderland item. Don't drink me.
Well, it's like you have like alcohol, right? Where you can only buy it if you're 21 or over. But if you want to buy Judaism, you go up there. Well, no, you can go up there. You try to buy Judaism, and they're like, "Can I see your ID?" And on there, they look at the
You
back.
have to
and
be
it's
Jewish to buy.
Well, yeah, on the back of your ID, there's like a question. It's like a yes or no, and the question.
Wait, hold up.
You have
Okay.
to fill it out. No, it's was your mother's vagina Jewish?
Yes,
Yes.
Jerry Seinfeld. Yes.
so like, and like Catholicism would have like we have an incense and like gold stuff, whatever. So Episcopalian,
Our churches are really pretty.
yeah. So
Don't be
Episcopalian,
like boys.
Episcopalians would be like now with 100% less incest. Like that would be the slogan.
No, that's kind of a high number.
Is it too much, too little incest?
It's too little incest. Bradley, in your experience, how much incest as an Episcopalian do you partake?
Like percentage wise. Like if it's not 100% less, like what are we dealing with here?
What are you dealing with specifically? We'll use you as a case study.
Yeah.
I mean, with the way Theo slaps Bradley's thighs, that's at least 1%.
Yeah.
Maybe a little more.
Wait, we can do this like auction style.
Is it like
right?
the rice purity test?
Oh, I love that test.
Okay.
I love
Bradley,
that test.
would you say that your brother does in fact slap your thighs in a relatively inappropriate way?
Jared, thank you for the sound effect. Yes.
Okay, now how inappropriate is it?
Relatively.
How sexual is it?
It's not. No.
Sexual.
No, I would say.
How
Wait, hold on.
sexual is
Can we
it?
go back to the rice purity thing? Because like, have you all taken it?
I have, and my score was 68, and I was really mad. And then after I took it, I am now my score is even lower.
Oh wow. Bradley?
I don't even.
Lower is
I don't remember.
Lower
The
is
last-
less pure
The
rice.
last time I took it was at Interlock, and I'm sure it's gone down since then. It's been a year.
I'm just mad
What were you
that-
at then though?
I don't know.
So like I'm at an 85 in college.
I mean, like I've gotten to call the principal's office. I jerk it.
Bop it.
Pull it. Twist
Jerk it.
Ow! Shout. Ah! that did not. No, nothing for me.
Wait. So like the reason I ask is I know a guy who over his first year of college dropped from a 96 to a 32.
It's horrifying.
Yeah.
Seems like a pretty cool dude, though.
Oh yeah, he's very fun. So like I don't know. I would be interested as to Bradley's rice purity.
I was just mad that I took the rice purity test and I could have gotten to 69, but I'd had one too many.
You had too many alcohol. Too many been called to the principal office.
No, I don't know
I
what
have
they
asked
were.
for one alcohol, please, in college. It's gone well.
Yeah?
Hey.
Yeah, they gave me 2 alcohol.
Oh,
Yo.
nice. Is that
it 'cause you said
shots?
please?
What are you measuring
Yeah,
that
no,
in?
it was shots, but like
Okay.
we didn't say the word shots. The person just looked at me and like, yeah, you're Jewish, it's fine.
You're Jewish, it's fine. It's
For reference, this
fine,
person
fine.
was also Jewish, so the joke like lands.
Oh.
You know.
That's the best way to do a joke is when you explain why the joke lands to the audience.
Well, no, otherwise it's just them being an asshole, right?
No, I mean, if I was to talk to you, Jared, and I was to say, well, you're Jewish, it's fine. You know, I feel like that would be okay.
Yeah, I guess. I
That
guess.
would be okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so giving someone alcohol because they're Jewish, it's fine, is a
Oh.
good idea.
I was trying to see how long I could go without pulling the intro.
Yeah, no, I just sort of like.
How long is it? Let's check. That's been 23 minutes, which I believe is our longest intro.
Bradley, you're not going to get away from doing the intro.
Wait, no, but before
This episode is just going to be called the intro.
But before we
It's just
finish,
going to be the intro.
I like the
That's
idea
very
that
fun.
like someone's listening to this podcast and procrastinating. Like, I have a lot of stuff to do. I'll just listen to the intro. It'll be fine.
I'll just listen to the intro.
You know, when you podcast, like, but on a budget, like,
Can you imagine if this is the first episode of the podcast somebody's ever listened to and they're like, this is really weird. It's just like a bunch of guys talking. It's not even like they're doing a podcast. They're just in a room and they They just
No,
put it on
just a couple of guys. We're in a room.
We're
you
just
know?
chilling. We're, I mean,
5 feet apart because we're not gay.
Yeah, you know. Wait. Hold up, Aiden. That your foot is like dangerously close to being
Jared,
not
are
5
you
feet.
gay?
Oh shit! I got big gay
3.
then.
Oh, big gay.
No.
Have you
It's
noticed-
about Jared and I are exactly 5 of my feet apart.
I read something online, and it was that homosexuality in the society, the pervasiveness of it, is inverse to the amount of male like
Male homosexuals.
no
Male straights.
no okay, is inverse to the amount of like male affection that's like okay in like public. So like in the 1910s, like dudes could like hold hands in public and it like wasn't a big deal because they're not gay. It was just assumed. But now, welcome to like the 2000
To Jurassic Park.
welcome to Jurassic Park, and homosexuality is like, and I'm not like advocating for the criminalization of homosexuality for
Oh
this.
god. Anything that has to open with you caveating.
Excuse
I'm
me,
not
I'd like to say
We're going to do a debate, and the caveat is that I'm not advocating for the criminalization of homosexuality.
but
Aptitude.
but in like 2018, gayness, marriage, legal, but two dudes will not be walking down the sidewalk holding hands because then people will be like, oh, they're gay. And they don't want to be like, oh, they're gay.
Is there an exception for if both are drunk? Because like I've seen drunk guys just sort of like doing the arm over arm walking, which is like more intimate than holding hands, right?
That's just supporting each other. That's sort of like an implied.
It's like
if
when-
it were not for this other man, I would fall down.
Yes, I mean, that's like what they say in their vows for the gay marriage, though, too. It's like, if it were not for this other man, I'd fall down.
If it were not for this other man, I'd fall down.
Jared-
We'll suck your penis.
We'll suck dick. We'll suck dick for money.
Am gay.
Am gay, I promise. Jared, I think it's very much based on the Roman idea of like the arch being a very structurally sound.
Oh yeah, so like the Romans, also known for being big gay.
The
So-
Romans had more big gays back then than we did.
I mean,
probably
their
the
gays were
1900s.
swole. Let's be honest.
Okay, but Jared, if you look at modern day gays, they're usually pretty swole.
Yeah, I've got a Facebook request from a dude, and all of his other friends are, I believe,
buff white dudes. It was
I gotta explore this sort of interesting thing. I've got a Facebook request from Mike Briggs, who lives.
Wait, you're kidding?
What?
That's my fucking RA.
Mike Briggs?
Yes. My RA's name is Mike Briggs.
Well, now hold on, because the plot just thickened.
This is not.
But it's THICCE.
This is not your RA because this is Mike Briggs.
No,
who's-
but like this is also my RA. Michael Briggs.
Okay, this is Mike Briggs.
Here, let's swap Briggs.
Slot Briggs. Okay, so what Jared's currently looking at is my Facebook, which if you scroll down to his other friends, he's sent me a friend request. His other friends.
Oh wow, that's just the buffest white man I've ever seen.
So essentially, Mike Briggs makes friends exclusively with like extremely attractive, like fucking like muscled as hell white guys.
And he saw Brad
It's
there,
not
and he
like he's
went,
friending everyone. He has 227 friends.
No, he's not friending everyone, but he's friending me. And I go to college in the town adjacent to where he lives.
Oh, that makes it worse.
So what this means is that I can have a sugar daddy like
that.
whenever I want it, essentially.
I mean, like in our hall, we've sort of run a system, which kind of involves like we found someone who's really into feet. So
Now, do you guys have...
And what is this
Now,
system
Jared,
involved?
do you have
we
Venmo?
take pictures of random. It's basically that we take pictures of our feet. Like it's not one person, so like the risk is
Is he
spread.
gay?
Yeah, we don't know, but we're making bank. Here, let's.
Wait, you're actually selling pictures of your feet to a guy in your hall?
Okay, I have not done this yet because I have not yet needed the money bad enough. So like, but like,
Yet.
Jared, this is like the funniest thing
Jared,
I've
first
ever
the
heard.
bell, now
be honest,
this.
That is not the crazy. All right, my hole also has like a shame bell. So for those of you listeners who have watched Game of Thrones, you saw that great part in I believe it's season 5 where Cersei Lannister has to walk through all of King's Landing while someone behind her has a bell and they ring and they say shame. We watched this episode and we thought, what if we could do this for like the Walk of Shame, which is a thing in college and life, and we bought a bell
Jared.
as a hall.
Jared, how are you gonna like do the Walk of Shame bell, how are you going to see them on the Walk of Shame?
Basically, if any...
But Jared, I feel like the Walk of Shame is very brisk.
It may be, but we're gonna run after these people with the bell. Like, that's... Oh.
Wait, sorry, what did you find? Give me a toss. Big toss.
Big toss. Big toss. It's... Oh!
Is my phone okay?
Yeah.
I love how you're worried about the phone and not the audio quality.
Is this...
Yeah. Yeah, on Facebook. In his fucking friends list.
Let's see, what else is my haul done? We've also done a thing, I don't think I've told you guys about this, where we created a communal fund where we pulled together $50 because one guy said for $50 he'd fuck a McChicken and we didn't believe him. So we pulled together $50 and he's gonna have to fuck a McChicken. There's that. That's happened in my haul.
What?
Oh
yeah.
my god.
There's that.
Didn't you start a fraternity?
Technically, my hall is also a fraternity. So, for reference, my hall is, I'm not going to say, like, the building name.
Phi Cap.
No.
Oh, yeah, because otherwise you could find Jared, because Jared is not in the directory, and Jared is an alt-right member.
Nope.
He's afraid of being
Nope.
doxxed.
Nope.
Alpha Sigma Sigma, Jared's new frat.
More like Jared's new fart.
Alright, so basically, it's split into
It's funny 'cause
floor
it's like
and then
ass.
cardinal direction. So I'm in third south. So we call ourselves the Dirty South. So we made a frat called Delta Sig for, like, Dirty South.
Nintendo DS.
And then, or that. And we're basically... We have a lot of fun. I'm the God Emperor of Delta Sig.
What are the other?
There are
positions?
4 other positions. They're technically elected, but not in the way you think. In order to be elected,
Electoral. We have this weird system where each thing only gets so many representatives.
It's like
and
a funny joke. It doesn't
would
make
be-
any sense logically.
It would be proportional to population, but instead we just did it to proportion it to almost like the size of the state.
We
but
just did
kind
it-
of not really.
we
So
just did
even
it bad.
though, like we have this one dorm room that it's like the guy he's in a single, and his name is Mr. Rhode Island, but he still has as many votes as
so
this
many
other guy.
fucking votes.
it's actually weirder. So
Do you think like if Pitbull got on the track and was like, "It's Mr. Rhode Island," he like really gets more specific about his location?
Vista was in Starbucks 20 minutes ago, but like the one in downtown, but not the one near the Panera Bread, but also kind of across from the Goddess and the
is
Baker.
that your fucking Pitbull?
I don't know how Pitbull sounds.
Anyway, so
It's Mr. 32 degrees north. 50.
it's Mr. 441111 in Nairobi, Kenya. Anyway,
Mr. Harry Potter, the apartment under the staircase.
apartment. Wow.
Oh, I mean, that was pretty. That was a nice room.
It's
No,
Mr.
it wasn't. It was.
It's Mr. taking a shit in the 3rd floor bathroom. What up? On the track.
Anyway,
Pitbull in the bathroom.
Pitbull in the bathroom at a party. Forget how long it's been.
so here's how the system works. There is no quorum.
Listen to a drunk.
If other people aren't around, doesn't matter. That vote stands. You cannot vote for things. You can only vote against them. So basically, I called a vote and I said, I make Johnny to be Officer X. And, like, the only way you can... And no one can vote for it is anyone vote against it. And if someone votes against it, then it's immediately failing.
It immediately fails?
Yes. One person out of this 26-person group can just immediately derail everything.
So it's just a unanimous vote.
It's a unanimous vote, but there's no quorum, so you yourself could call a vote, like, in your room, like, no one else around, like, I call a vote and I want to be, like, I want all the money. And, like, if no one else is around to negate that vote, then it stands.
Wait, how come the place hasn't declared itself? Like, at what period does the voting expire?
Never.
Well, never. So you could just be God Emperor immediately.
Yeah, basically. So, like, for reference, I'm the God Emperor, right? And then there are 4 other elected positions, and they are, we have our Chief Inquisitor, our Quality Assurance Officer, Father Frank,
Is he the
and
one that works on
President.
the pizza, the quality assurance officer?
What?
No, that's Muhammad.
Oh, Muhammad. Okay, he checks the pizza. Like
Muhammad,
before.
one time I ordered a pizza with the high school debate team, and we were waiting for 40 minutes while Muhammad checked our fucking order. You can tell, because the app. By the end of it, like, when the guy finally came, we were like, what the fuck was wrong with you, Muhammad? Like, Jesus Christ.
Was he?
No, it was someone else who delivered the pizza. He was very confused.
He cooked it.
It was
over the
also in a
burning
hotel
bush.
lobby when we yelled this.
For clarity, he cooked it over the burning bush.
That was a really bad joke because Moses and not Muhammad was the burning bush one.
Moses was a
College student.
Moses was the tablets.
He had an iPad.
And he had a son, maybe named Ishmael.
and a bush. Jared, have you seen Moses'
remember,
bush?
so
He had
it's
such
like
an
keep
awesome bush. It was like fucking hot.
Hot as hell.
Moses' bush was really hot,
I mean,
you guys.
the actual point of the burning bush was that it wasn't hot.
No, it was such a hot bush.
Wasn't it a goat? Also?
What? No, but
like a giant who couldn't see.
I thought
that's
it was a
Jack
goat.
and the Beanstalk.
No, that's David and the giant.
I thought, wasn't that thing where they like took a wooden stake and drove it through the dude's eye and the
No,
bush
it's
was
just-
like, you hurt me. Time to hurl rocks at you while you flee away from me. What, Eddie?
There was this really like
Odysseus?
colorful.
Who was it? Eddie, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it was Eddie. It was Eddie, and there was this really colorful like windbreaker that the one guy had, and he wore it, and then he got killed by a boulder that his brother threw at his head.
Joshua and the Windbreaker of Many Colors. I'm almost certain they made a musical about it.
They did.
They changed it to Joseph for copyright
Then
reasons.
there was Jesus in the garden of
Jesus and his 12 friends.
Jesus in the garden of Gethsemane. Jesus was in there and he saw everyone's sin, which means he's seen those dudes doing hentai shit. He saw that and he's like, humanity still worth restoring. I still want to.
he
I'm
restored it
going for
because he wanted to see more of it.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
like,
no,
he
he
was
was
like,
into
how are people gonna do?
Heroin.
How are people gonna discover jewels, which is against the Bible? If they don't,
Is it though?
I know,
Like,
vaping,
serious talk
the
for a
Bible
second.
is very against vaping.
Yeah, it says it. That's Leviticus 4.5.
No, but
Thou
like,
shalt not blow fat cloud.
serious talk though. Is vaping really against the Bible? Like,
Okay.
could the Pope just rip a fat one? Couldn't
I
he?
think there
Pope
was
is
a
funny.
Bible story. The Pope is funny.
But like, could the Pope start vaping? Like, this is a serious question.
There was a Bible story in Leviticus 4.5, and it talked about one of
Which
the
you
religious
get by
leaders.
putting a shopping trolley between Leviticus 4 and Leviticus 5. You can get on a train and go to magic school. But
No,
continue.
It's how you go.
I like
It's how
that
you
a
get to Oxford Clerical
It's
School.
how you get to Oxford Clerical.
But one of the leaders found like this futuristic device in the sand at the beach, and he picked it up, and then he like put it in his mouth like you do, to, like back in the day before we had hands and science. We would put things in our mouth to figure out what they were, like babies do, and he would go like. He sucked on it, and then he held it in, and he blew it out, and then people thought he was a wizard, and he was burned at the stake, and that's how you know that the Bible is against vaping.
Hold up.
God's word is our guide. Every generation of Christians from the time of the apostles has had to address issues pertinent to their time. Thankfully, God, by His grace, did not leave us empty-handed without a guide. First, He has given us His word as an infallible guide of faith and practice, which the Christian has for his lamp and light. Second, He has given us the Holy Spirit, blah, blah, blah,
Wait,
blah,
I have
blah. This is a far more important message. I remind my fellow believers.
Wait. If the Pope ripped a fat cloud and blew it out, it would be the Holy Spirit, right? Like that would be him, the Holy Spirit leaving the Pope's
I will say
body.
that is the second worst definition of the Holy Spirit I've ever heard.
What's the first worst definition of the Holy Spirit? I feel compelled to address the topic of vaping because there are some among my youth group who had felt it was okay. And that's
New youth minister, literal child.
new youth minister.
This is
It's
the
like
second episode where you've pulled that.
Children of
Okay,
the corn.
Jared, so you've multiple times referenced the episode we recorded last night. That's going to go after this one.
You know what's
I know.
disappointing?
The true
I wasn't
fans
even
are
there
gonna
for that.
No, Bradley J.
episode
Berklich was
without
there
me.
for that.
You and I had plans that you canceled, so I ended up hanging out with Jared.
I love being everyone's second
I
choice.
could-
You were not my second choice. I didn't know you were in town.
Fair. So, basically, what I'm doing is I'm referencing an episode that's going to be chronologically fucked up because the true fans out there are going to find it. And, like,
They're going to hack my computer, my
No, and they're-
ISBN number.
they're going to piece together, like, the true chronological order of when this is recorded.
Jared, have you got all the cushions on the couch and they're all behind you? Are you that? There are four
Jared, are you
cushions
that
behind.
I don't know how this looks. Does it look comical?
Yeah. Dumb
Here,
as
no,
hell.
take a
Wait,
picture of
hold
my
on.
phone. There's like a little camera button you can press.
Is there really?
Ooh, iPhone 10?
Jared,
Some form of
Bradley,
it,
come on,
yeah.
take the picture so like it looks
No,
like
Aiden,
it's
you should not be
action.
in the picture.
No, I'm in the picture.
Don't get. This is not your moment. This is my time to shine. What are you
I
doing?
can't figure out how to click the camera. There
Here,
we go. This is my time to shine. What dumbassery.
Let me see this picture. Oh my god! It's not that bad.
Well, that's all the time we
That's
have
for the
today.
Insta.
Wait, should we end with an intro?
Well, we're only at 42 minutes, which means
Oh.
we could theoretically keep going. I don't know how much of this Aiden wants to cut. So
I don't want to cut much of it at all. So
I think we can keep going. I have no,
Alright.
I have no
have
expert
to pee
opinion.
super bad.
Okay, we'll take a quick break.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't gonna leave the room.
No, it's.
Well,
that-
there's
that-
this.
Take the bottle. Take the bottle. Take the bottle. No, take it. Give me the fucking bottle. Leave the room.
Where's the ottoman? Get away from my ottoman! You missed.
For those of you who can't see,
Go to the bathroom.
Bradley
Go
just
to the
threw a
bathroom.
plastic bottle at Aiden
Aiden,
Kinsella.
stop. Aiden.
Aiden is Aiden has literally dropped the trowel and is attempting to piss on Bradley's ottoman.
Bradley has thrown me across the room.
Stop narrating.
Bradley has now
Jared.
just jumped off the
Jared.
top rung.
No, I'm not doing anything.
He has a gun.
Fucking narrating.
He has a gun.
I'm gonna shoot you. I swear to God. Stop narrating.
There wasn't a narration. That's a first-person statement.
Listeners, we're just chilling. It's by the way, for any background of this episode, we're all back from college for fall break. Aiden just lives in the same town that he's always lived in, so we're all back here, and we're having a good time. It's
also 4:20 right now, so there is that.
Is it 4:20?
Yeah.
Okay, well now I can finally relax. Now I'm glad. I'm very soothed.
Yeah, I'm gonna just pull out all my marijuanas and just destroy the smoke detectors in this house.
Mary Jane. It's my favorite name.
Really?
Yeah,
That's a good name.
Mary Jane's
It's a strong name.
It's Mary Jane is a really.
No, I know what it's a
It's
reference
no
to.
longer
Bradley.
420.
So all those jokes have to be cut unless
All
you're
those
listening
jokes have
at
to be
4:20.
cut. I mean, you have to. What time do you have to start this episode? It's
Why do all the jokes have to be cut?
all the jokes have to be cut.
all of them. we have to start again. New intro.
New intro. Guys, we're just gonna redo the intro real quick.
I'm just gonna read the intro. All
We
right.
could. Do you want me to start the episode?
Yeah, why don't you start the episode? I got my drink.
Okay. Sure. Well,
How are you guys? Have you guys been doing?
It's been pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just back from college.
Oh, when did you get back?
I got back pretty recently, 2 days ago.
Oh, okay. When did I get in your basement?
You always.
I thought
been
you
here.
lived here.
Yeah, you've always.
Mm.
This is where. This
Like
is
you
your
live in the
dorm.
little fridge over there.
Oh shit, you're right. It is where I've had
Does-
most of my liquid intake come from.
All right, let's have a funny joke.
All right, wait, no, can I do it?
The intro.
Yeah,
It's
no.
it's my week.
Oh, that's fair.
I'm sorry.
It's his time
It's
of the
okay.
month.
It's my time of the month.
It's Bradley's time of the month, you guys.
because we only record once a month now. But here I'll do a funny bit. What's the deal with airplanes? Is it an air or is it a plane? And that's a good idea. Good ideas of brain trust your brain can trust. It's a comedy podcast where we find creative, actionable solutions to real life problems.
I'm Aiden
And
Kinsella.
I'm Bradley Burgos.
I'm Jared
And
Rose.
this is a good idea.
All right, you guys, so do you want to do a prompt?
Yeah, sure. Let's do a problem.
Okay, so my mother was hoping we would end the episode.
Okay.
So Bradley, do you have any ideas for how we could do that?
How we could end the episode. I was thinking. Traditionally the episode is ended by someone reading the housekeeping. So if I wanted to end the episode, I could read the housekeeping.
Well, I could read the housekeeping.
Oh, you could read the
Wait,
housekeeping.
what about pick of week thing?
Well,
No. We switched that around. So that's after.
if we were
housekeeping.
hypothetically going to end the episode right now,
Yeah, right
we
now.
just started though.
We did.
Yeah,
That'd be fucking
I mean-
ridiculous.
But it would look something like this. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you enjoyed our episode, please comment, I guess, or review, or like, or share, or subscribe. Whichever one of those you can do on iTunes, do that one. We would love it if you'd leave us like a review. If it's a good review, if it's a mean review, I guess just like text it to me privately.
His
phone number. It's
It's 111 in Nairobi.
Okay, so we got one again reference to.
I know
mean,
the
for
true fans will piece it together.
One reference, not again. Sorry, one of the first references to another episode of the show that will not be released anytime soon, and another one that is my real phone number. So that's, super quick. Please share the show; it really helps us out. I would say that we have some what you call it,
Social media.
social media. Thank you. We have some social media, and you can find us on Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram at Good Idea Cast. You can find us on Gmail, which is goodideapodcast@gmail.com. And we are pretty much anywhere you can find podcasts. Yeah, so thank you for listening. Do you guys want to do your picks of the weeks?
Yeah. Well, let's do best idea of the episode.
Okay.
Did we have any ideas?
I feel like
my mom had this one that she wanted us to do about ending the episode.
Oh, so that was the best idea of the episode. Did it have to be ending the episode?
I would say ending the episode. Well, just hypothetically, like if we were ending the episode.
If we were ending the episode.
The best idea of the episode would be ending the episode. I think in a hypothetical episode, maybe what we'll do later in this episode, there was a really good thing about like having a shame bell for a walk of shame.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of fun if we could have done that.
I want to talk about the plant. It's in my basement for some reason.
Ooh,
I had a friend who watered a plant for 3 weeks and then realized it was plastic.
Really?
Ha 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 ha.
Okay.
No.
No?
Oh, there's the plant. I see.
I bought a rhododendron.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Rhododendrons. I hear those taste good.
What?
Where did you hear that? Like, where does that come up in college conversation? Hey, you know what tastes good?
I mean, now I'm looking at your lava lamp, Bradley, and it's reminding me of how we talked earlier about how if you go into Spencer's Gifts, you can right up front. There's the there's like the t-shirts, then there's like keychains and magnets, and the keychains and magnets is where it starts to get kind of gross because you have like a dildo, not a dildo keychain, like a ball, like truck nuts keychain type thing. And then you go back further and there's like lava lamps, so it gets a little tamer again. And there's like lingerie, and then back a little further you have like dildos, and then you go back even further and there's lava lamp dildos. The glass lava lamp dildos.
Horrifying. I up until today I never understood what a Spencer's Gift was.
Why do you think I always said it was so bad?
I always assumed it was like one of those like stationery stores. You know, where it's like...
What?
You know those stores where they sell like a bunch of random ass shit, like they have stationery and
No,
little
a
gag...
stationery store just sells stationery. That's not random.
No, there's one in like Highland Park. Like, hold on, after this, there's a stationery store we all should go to. Like, it's like, it
You
sells
want
other shit.
our boy outing to be stationary? Today, we had a boy outing which consisted of
A boy outing,
which consisted of hanging out in the mall. Then we picked up Jared and tried to get him to go get his flu shot. And then Jared couldn't get his flu shot because he's legally part of a corporation to get his
insurance.
Insurance.
It's fun.
And he couldn't remember what position he held.
Consider
the
the
corporation.
Something like that.
I actually think Spencer's Gifts might be a store where like someone's mean older brother stole all their brother's Christmas presents and is like, here, you come buy them.
Yeah, but who
He's
was
selling
like
Spencer's Gifts.
That's dumb as shit.
Dude.
I went to up until today I did not like fully understand what Spencer's was. I thought Spencer's was like Hot Topic but like kind of for adults, which it pretty much is, but with Hot Topic for adults, I forgot that adults also apparently really like to buy novelty dildos that are just way too big for any person.
Novelty dildos. Like you keep them on your shelf. Like I got this on my trip to the Grand Canyon.
One of those classic reserved practical dildos that you get.
Like all reliable.
I don't understand. Like there's the wall of T-shirts, and then Aiden says it progressively gets more distasteful as it progresses back. And we were in the second aisle, and there was like a scrotum keychain. So I don't exactly know how much worse it can get.
You only need one scrotum keychain. Unless you're two scrotum keychains, then you can have two scrotum keychains. But not more than that. Funny joke. Jared, what was your favorite hypothetical idea of the episode?
If we talked about this, which we haven't, I think my favorite hypothetical idea that is completely hypothetical is the idea of, making a corporation to get health insurance. Because that's totally a normal thing that no sane person would do. Like,
It seems to track with your mom's behavior.
Yeah, she's a...
Have you ever seen The War of the Roses as narrated by Danny DeVito?
I have not seen The War of the Roses as narrated by
Once upon a time, Jared Rose and his two parents.
Okay, here's it's actually...
Is it better or worse than I think
After
it would be?
17 years of marriage, Barbara Kathleen Turner and Oliver Rose want out. The trouble is, neither of them wants to part with their opulent home. So begins a long war between husband and wife. And it's called War of the Roses, and it's narrated by Danny DeVito.
How have you not told me this exists until just now? We've been friends for years.
I learned about it this weekend as my dad described it to me. I went, Jared?
Is this Jared?
Oh my god! I'm sending this to my parents. They're gonna love it.
That's really funny.
Or I'm not gonna be able to go home. One of the two.
That's my favorite idea of the episode.
So,
Yep. I'm changing my favorite.
Y'all got any picks of the week?
Oh, have I consumed media this week? I have been very busy.
Oh, it has to be media.
I'll start then.
It can just be concepts.
Yeah, it can just be concepts.
A thing, an idea.
I'll go with Falsettos because it's a musical that I somehow hadn't listened to yet, and it's really good.
That's very good. Jared?
I'm still thinking. It's hard. It's very hard.
It's been a long time.
You know what? I'm going to say cold weather. Where I go to
But
college.
I'm stuck in cold weather.
Alright, for reference, this is being recorded in the fall. And my college, it's still like 80 to 90 degrees right now. And that's just...
It was like 80 degrees here last week.
Yeah, but I wasn't here to experience that, so it's not real. Go to a place where it's
Ohio.
like 40 degrees for the winter. That's about right. Bradley?
My favorite pick of the week is also cold weather, but it's because my roommate from China just messaged me on Instagram with one of those Instagram filters that it's like the temperature and it was like 8 degrees Celsius. And he's like, it is so fucking cold. He's like, it is so cold. I'm going to die. And it's 8 degrees Celsius, I think, is like...
46.4 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, so he's fucked. But
one of my friends is from Japan, and she last night was talking about how they only get snow there like 5 times a year, and how she's gonna die.
I think they're gonna be a little screwed. It's kind of there's 2 guys from California who's like, oh, I hate when it's cloudy and when it's cold. It makes me so sad. And it was like 65 degrees, and I'm like, you are gonna get some bad seasonal depression, my man.
Oh God!
But
I'm not looking forward to that because I'm already there.
Well, maybe you'll have seasonal happiness.
That's not how that works
if it's
at all.
fall and you're depressed.
Listen, when Cameron and I bullshitted a psych project about this that included literally just putting up some flashlights in the school, we learned that seasonal happiness, like seasonal mania, is a thing.
Yes.
So Aiden.
Not during the winter, it isn't.
It could be. That just could be my mania.
No,
season.
they can't. No, they can reverse. It can be. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it can. It's not entirely based off of the sun.
Yo, Jared, you gotta tell me more about this.
So Aiden can be happy during winter.
Tell me how to be happy during anytime. I would just love to have that.
All right, step 1. Have you ever tried vodka? Also,
my pick of the week is the song 1979 by Smashing Pumpkins.
You already did that one last time.
Did I?
Yes.
Oh, it's very good. I'm sorry.
I don't even like it.
You don't like it?
I listened to it after you recommended it.
Okay, well, I guess that's going off. Totally not because we get copyright strucken.
Personally, I've been stricken by a copyright.
My pick of the week is Boofin'.
Is Boofin' with it? Is Boof?
Actually,
welcome to Boofin' with the Doofin'.
Do you want to plug your other pod? I mean, are those released yet? Those are.
One of them is released on our
what
feed.
Is this?
So I have a new podcast that I'm working on with my friend. I have a number of things that I'm working on that I should probably talk about. First of all,
Aiden's Plug Hour.
It's Aiden's Plug Hour. That's where I get all my drugs and all my plugs. And by plugs, I mean butt plugs on ExtremeRestraints.com. ExtremeRestraints.com is an adult superstore where...
Aiden, shouldn't you use your hour to plug shit you actually own?
I probably should, yeah. And then I can talk about to you guys later if you want some of my ideas that I have for live radio segments that are really, really very bad. Like Aiden's Scat Jazz Hour, where I do scat jazz over songs that already exist.
Well, I thought of the different kind of scat, and it would just be you shitting into a microphone for an hour.
Oh no, Jared!
Over some
that would be
smooth
music
jazz.
to my ears. No,
there's like smooth jazz in the
I don't
background.
like that. I don't like
it's not
scat.
smooth jazz. It's like I think it would be a wet, chunky jazz.
I am not a fan of scat jazz, I have to say. Least favorite idea of the episode.
Hold on.
If we were to
what
make
were we
that
talking
one.
about? Okay, right. So there was a podcast I did with a wonderful human being named AJ. I want to actually have him on this show if we can arrange that at some point. And it was called Straight Off the Top of My Headlines, which I think I mentioned a couple episodes ago. But check out Straight Off the Top of My Headlines on iTunes and probably some other places. The episode I was on was called Jolly Green Giant Vor. So make of that what you will. It was very, very fun to record. I'm also working on a project, work in progress, named the Not Allowed to Die podcast, which is going to be a podcast about sort of like life and mental health and stuff. And I'm working on it with someone who's actually a mental health counselor. So I'm really, really excited about that. And I think it should be really fun and meaningful to record and to produce. And then lastly, I'm working on another show with a friend, Gabe Bricklebaugh. And their episode is currently up on this podcast feed. and they will probably keep going up on this podcast feed until further notice. But it's called Goofin' with the Doofin, and it is a video game review podcast in which a character named Heinz Doof reviews video games that he's never played before. And I have played Dr. Heinz Doof in these recordings, and Gabe plays a wonderful straight man who sort of
Wait,
helps
Gabe's
him.
straight?
Yes, Jared.
Gabe has a girlfriend.
You never know.
He does dress very well.
It's streetwear.
No, Bradley, straightwear. But yeah, no. Thank you for listening to my 800 plugs that I'm doing. For the Not Allowed to Die podcast, if anyone is interested or has some questions that they would want to ask, you don't need to attach we won't attach your name to it, I guess. If you're sending it, probably your name would be attached to it. But you can also email us, which would be anonymous, at goodideapodcast@gmail.com with any sort of like relationship questions or like how to deal with certain scenarios in your life questions type thing. And we might use that as a springboard for conversation about different mental health topics and life advice topics. So if that interests you at all, or if you just want to help me out because you love me and want to do a favor for me, that would be real sweet. And I love you very much for listening and appreciate you for listening. So thank you for that. Bradley and Jared, love you too, but not as much as me. And that's all I have to say on the matter. So anyway, that was good idea. You guys ready to do some ideas?
Yeah, sure.
We're done here.